What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more trance, and we're going to listen to some more hard trance, though this is on the melodic end of that spectrum, and it's late 90s hard trance, meaning it's not quite as fast and... I don't even know the right word. Basically, I've talked about it before, but hard trance in 95 is different than a lot of hard trance in 98 or 99, even if there are characteristics that both periods of hard trance share. And in 95, 96, hard trance tended to be very fast. 94 and 95 maybe even better as a temporal marker. Again, 98, 99, still lots of acid, still lots of driving bass lines, but the tempo tended to be a tiny bit slower and a little less, or rather, a little more sonically sophisticated compared to hard trance in 94 and 95. Again, these things are hard to talk about without talking for 20, 30 minutes, and obviously attitudes or understandings about characteristics and desirability, which sounds slightly better, will of course be relative to subjective taste and preferences, but yes, ultimately this comes from 1999. It's a tune by Art Bizarre, which is three guys. I think they went under a different name, which I think may have been Bondage. I'm not sure about that. I don't have any records of them under that name, but I am aware of a couple other releases they did on EDM Progressive here under the name Art Bizarre. In any case, we're going to listen to the original mix of Drop Into Me. There is also a Trance remix. Trance also went by DJ Melodic. I have a couple records by him, and in a lot of cases his mix is the one that's a go-to, and maybe it was even thought of for this release because it has this sticker including the Trance mix. But for me, it's the original that is actually the best track on this record, so let's give it a listen. This is from 1999, a tune called Drop Into Me. It's the original mix, and it's by Art Bizarre. And apparently it's on 45 RPM. But yes, again, it's on the progressive end of hard trance, I would say. And that is not the full kick, as you may suspect. It's sort of a placeholder kick, which is good for transitions. As a DJ, you love an opening like this. It gives you a steady marker to begin your transition, but the kick transition between the two records can be more dynamic.
Come on, imagine my deepest path. Let yourself drop into me. Come on, imagine my deepest path. Let yourself drop into me.
Oof. It's a sharp clap. Just a supportive melody so far. Here comes the real one. I like it's like it's accompanied by this atmospheric wind.
Imagine my deepest path. Let yourself drop into me. Come on. Imagine my deepest past. Let yourself drop into
bubbly layer in conjunction with the main melody. I like that hat coming in there.
Come on. Imagine my deepest past. Let yourself drop into me. Come on. Imagine my deepest past. Let yourself drop into me.
I love that little triple or quadruple time percussion flourish right before the measure change. And the second build up and drop, I love how it doesn't go into a breakdown. That's my memory. Yeah, it puts the placeholder kick back. So yeah, it's a very driving melodic trance tune. It's on the cusp of being what I would call hard trance, but still with a very melodic and progressive atmosphere. So yes, somewhere on the spectrum, as I said, I still think of this as hard trance. I would use it in a hard trance set, even if it is more melodic than some other hard trance where it's really just, a driving bass line and an acid snarl and maybe even a more wicked like synth set. But yeah, I don't, again, know too much about these guys. There is another release. Would you not attack things, Luca? That would be helpful. That's on this same label, EDM, and this is actually a sub-label of EDM overall, where the sleeves tended to be purple, and the tracks tended to be more like an old school, like a mid-90s type of hard trance. And this sub-label is perhaps like an outgrowth of the way hard trance was changing by the latter stages of the 90s. But they have another release on EDM Progressive that I think was actually their first release, 98, and it's similar in that it has this kind of, a bit mysterious atmospheric melody, but it also has a lot of drive to it, and it also has a female vocal, which I suppose that's the elephant in the room I didn't mention. It's a very sensualized, even sexualized vocal, and the other track I think is called like Learn to Lick, and it's the same kind of thing where and in fact I think it might even come from whatever vocal sample, or maybe they like recorded with the same female vocalist, but it's the same thing where it's like very breathy and it sounds very sensual, and it's a slightly different set of phrases that she says, and I think it's something like, I'll teach you how to learn to lick or something like that. But it's a very similar tune. I don't have that one, I just have this one, but this does go way back. I probably got this in 99, maybe 2000, but this one has been in my collection for 25 plus years, so it's a tune that I think I used in a few sets at parties, maybe not a whole lot, because a lot of the sets I was playing at parties was a like slightly harder style, a mixture of like acid trance, hard trance, and hard house, somewhere in that nexus, whereas this is more on like a melodic end. Nevertheless, I do think it is a good tune, and as I said, I like the different parts of it. I like that placeholder kick, not only in the intro, but then in that very brief second build up and drop. I like that main melody, which is a bit cyclonic. It's a bit like a melody hurricane, but it also has a buzz to it, so it's almost like a melodic like bumblebee that's very agitated. I like that little acidy supporting part of the main melody where it's like technically distinct from the swirling melody, and it kind of creeps up acidically and then drops out, and then the next time around it creeps up and drops out. I like that element. And I like the actual kick, not just the placeholder one, but the actual kick. It's not like a real thump. It's more of like this, like flat-sided, what's the right word? And again, these are all subjective terms, and I suppose they're all onomatopoeias anyway, but it just has a slightly different sound than a lot of other hard trance kicks. It's like a different kick than compared to, say, Pablo Gargano's typical kick, or some of the other hard trance I listen to. So yes, it just has this very unique sound, and it's sort of like, not subdued, but it's like rounded off. Like it has this sort of softened hit to it, even though it does have some kick. So yeah, again, parts like this are hard to talk about and ultimately are subjectively understood and heard. But I do like the ingredients of this hard trance track, even if it's maybe not one I would put in any of my pantheons for hard trance or acid trance. So in any case, let me know what you think of it. I will see you next time. Peace.